Hello and welcome everybody to a new online class by Anna van Lucy Paper Crafts. Today we'll be making 3 different cards with the Handmade Hugs Stamp Set. You find that in our annual catalog on page 23, and it actually coordinates perfectly with our Handmade Tag Punch. Now this was, let me flip it over. This was a punch as part of a bundle from our last year's holiday mini catalog. I want to say it was Handmade Wishes, something like that. So the stamp set retired, but the stamp is also in our annual catalog. Let's see, does it say here? Just page 148. So that's where you will find the punch. And yeah, I wanted to show you some really cute ways how you can use the punch and the stamp set and all the fun things you can do actually with these elements. So yeah, let me quickly tell you the ink pads we're going to be using today are Calypso Coral, Night of Navy, and Shaded Spruce. And if you would like to make these cards at home, you can actually get the card kit for free for the 3 different cards, including the cardstock, the designer series paper, the ribbon, and then pre-cut pieces you need to make the labels and such. You can get that card kit in the mail for free if you place an order with me using the host code that I designated for this class. You find all the details in the description, so yeah, you can check there. It's just important that you use the host code that I provide and place your order by Sunday midnight, September 27th. And then your kit will ship to you next week. And if your order is actually $50 or more, you get a little bonus. So you have all the ribbon included that I used today. And as a bonus, if your order is $50 or more, you also get these ombre, what are called, ombre matte decorative dots that I will be using on the cards today. You get that as a free gift as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get to crafting. Let me get this out of the way. I already have all my stamps mounted, so I can put that away. So card number 1 is actually this cutie here. Says you're the best, and my idea for this was actually, you know, with the designer series paper, which is the Les Shop designer series paper from the annual catalog on page 3031. It's a whole suite, but I'm just using the designer series paper today. Anyways, it had this one sheet has like all kinds of fun, for me, teacher themed stuff. I mean, crafty teacher themed imagery. So like books and, well, flowers. We can always use flowers, but also some acrylic paint tubes here. So anyways, I thought this would be a nice idea. And here, Southeast Missouri school has started this week, and our little one actually started today. So I will be making a second one and then hand these over to her 2 teachers today. So let's go ahead and make the card. But first, let's see here. I should put this back in the sleeve. I just know I have a talent to, if I don't do this right away, I will get smudges on here. So let me put that away. Make some room here. So when you place an order with me by Sunday, then this is what your card kit will look like. Yes, I will tie you bows. I know how much my customers appreciate it, so that's like that for you there. So this is actually how you will get your kit. So we have a card base here of Night of Navy, just 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half at 4 1/4. And you don't have to write down any measurements. My email subscribers will get the PDF tutorial for this whole class. So just make sure you're on my email list. Go to annavanlucy.com/newsletter. I'll put the link in the description below the video as well. And then you will get this. I will send that out on Saturday, usually is when I mail it out. And but if you place an order to get the kit for free, you will actually get a bonus card in your tutorial. So anyways, so we have some basic white here for our inside. Then we have some more Night of Navy. This is embossed with our Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. It has been around for a while, but I really love it. And I thought it goes perfectly with those, you know, little acrylic paint tubes in there. Then we have some Designer Series paper 3x4, some shaded spruce to layer that. So we can actually go ahead and put this down. And this paper is really cool. I mean, a lot of the sheets have these cute little storefronts of, you know, cafes, restaurants, bookstores, crafting stores, clothing shops, all kinds on one side, and then they have these really fun textures on the other side. So just layer on some shaded spruce here. Now then we got our embossed layer, and I'll be using some, which way do I, it really doesn't matter with this piece, does it? So I'll just use some liquid glue. I just prefer that for embossed layers. Oh, I shouldn't put that there. I should put it over here. So make sure your card base, well, right now it doesn't matter. So we're going to glue that down. I'm trying my best to stay on camera. Okay. So it's really just to give your card an extra layer there, something nice and fun. So then we can actually go ahead and put this on the inside. If you wanted to stamp some kind of something here on the inside. Oh, my Stampin' seal wasn't cooperating. All right, so that's taken care of. I always forget about that. So now then we have two more pieces here. We can put that up with dimensionals. And please be patient with me. I cannot find, I ordered some new regular dimensionals, but I cannot find them. So I'll have to use up some small ones today. So it might take me a second longer to get all that backing off. So, like I said, if you're on my email list, you get the PDF tutorial with pictures, step-by-step instructions, all the measurements. You get that straight to your mailbox. Hold on here. Oh, I can't see. All right, 1, 2. It's a little bit trickier with the small ones. I love the small ones that we have 2 sizes, but sometimes it's a little bit tricky. So now it's up to you which way. I don't think I want the flower upside down. I'd rather have the books or the tube, the acrylic paint upside down. So let's put this right in the middle here. All right, looks good. Now then here you have 2 more pieces. You have a square of Calypso Coral and then a basic white circle that I die cut with our stylish shapes. So we're going to do some stamping now. Okay, I'll be using this border here for our label. And I'm going to be stamping that in Calypso Coral. So tone on tone, tone in tone. And so you'll have plenty of room there, but I would stamp it a little bit in the corner. I just didn't want to cut that piece too small for you because we want to get it into our punch. Let's get this closed first. Okay, so now the tricky part is lining it up, and you see now you have a little bit of cardstock to hold on to, so that's why I cut it quite big. It's 2.5 by 2.5. Okay, so since this is photopolymer, it depends a little bit on how accurate you get it onto your block. Okay, so we got that. Pling. So I'll be using some, if it's coming out. So just on 1/2, I want to have it hang over there a little bit. So there we go. Let's see here. Maybe there. Sorry, off camera, right? All right, so that's that. We can have, is that straight? Yeah, looks good. Okay. And then I forgot. We really need to have our chamois or something to clean up our stamps in between, because I'm reusing all these decorative elements quite a bit. So don't put it down. Clean it up and put it away. Now for our sentiment, you can do whatever you want. Of course, there's multiple sentiments in the stamp set. Stamp set. And I'll be using Night of Navy, which is quite juicy at the moment. All right, and yeah. All right. I hope I get it on there somewhat straight. That looks good. All right. Again, let's close this up so we don't get our fingers in there. Okay, so that one's done. And then we're going to pop that up with dimensionals. So let's get 1, 2, 3, and 4. Since it's the mini ones, let's do 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like counting the steps with my 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old. I can't believe how time flies. Okay, so then we'll put that right in the middle. So you see it's a really cool combination actually with this label punch. And let me bring that up a little bit so you can see the really cool decorative border there. And then just, you know, I think that's the 3rd smallest stylish shapes circle. So let me bring that back in focus. So really cool. Let's get that out of the way. I'm sure I'll be running around with mini dimensional backings under my feet all day now. Okay, and then let's put on a bow. Now this is actually from our In Color twine pack. So technically this is Starry Sky. But I feel like it's a perfect match also for the Night of Navy. Now I'll be using my Shimmery Crystal Effects to adhere my bows. Of course you can use mini glue dots. But I still have quite a bit of this, so I'll just be using that up. Okay, let's see if I can get them out. Just a little messy dot there. And putting on our bow. All right. Okay, don't touch anymore. And then, like I said, I'll be using these really cute ombre dots. And let me get my pick tool. So I'll be doing a light one over here. And then a darker one on here. Just kind of sprinkle them on. And let's see, an even lighter one up here. So you can really play around, you know, just to have a little bit of more texture, dimension, and interest on your card. And it comes in basically 4 different colors: Night of Navy, Old Olive, Calypso Coral, and I want to say Coastal Cabana. So that's the only color we're not be using today. So anyways, here's card number 1. So let me get that aside. And on to the next one. Gotta make sure that I don't bang against that bow, since that's still drying. All right, card number 2 is probably my favorite, not just because of the colors. I mean, all 3 of these are amongst my top 10 colors. Oh gosh, I gotta sneeze. So I apologize in advance. Sorry. So sorry. But anyways, the combination here is Shaded Spruce and Lemon Lime Twist. Love them both, with a little bit of Smoky Slate. So again, I'm using some of the texture sheets of that Designer Series paper. And look at that. It's cute, simple, fun fold, but it just is so fun, and we'll be doing some more stamping. So let's go ahead. Don't waste any more time. So let me put that back in there, like I said, otherwise I'm gonna mess with it. Where do I put it? Where is it not gonna fall anywhere? Here. Okay, perfect. Up there. So here's the kit. This is what it's gonna look like, and your card bases are already cut, pre-scored for you. So it's basically just 8.5 by 5.5, sorry, and then scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8, and it's a zigzag fold. So the base is really super simple. Then we have, let's see here, that goes on the inside, and that is all on the outside. So we have 2 pieces of designer series paper here. You see like some food items here on the back, and we're going to glue those down on the inside. So just want to make sure I'm still in focus. I'm going to put some adhesive all the way around. Let's see here. So we're going to line these up. Somewhat, but actually putting it this way helps. And then same thing over here. And there is a little bit of direction on this paper, so if that's important to you, just take a second to make sure it's the right direction. So looks good. And then I used our Radiating Stitches dies again, and I die cut, well, there's this big frame that covers the whole card front, and then so the second largest in basic white. Some speckle on there. So, and that will go on the inside, so that is going to be the part where we can write our message. We're going to line that up here. Is that right in the middle? More or less. Okay. And it's a perfect fit. So it actually is like 4-inch wide. And so you see, if you don't have a full sheet of like 4 by 5 1/4, then cutting them just, you know, 1.5 by 1.5, and then putting this label on top, no one's gonna know. So really cool. So there's the card base. Now let's do some stamping. We got some shaded spruce here, and I'll have to bring in some scrap paper, and we're gonna bring in our shaded spruce ink pad. I hope this is working out now, because I just re-inked that, so it's gonna be super juicy. Making sure our texture stamp here is clean. So I'll be using now this really gorgeous tile image, I guess, and we're going to start. Oh gosh, this is gonna be difficult. You might see my hair here and in there for a little bit, so I can actually see. So let's see if I can stamp like this. Okay. Oh yeah, this is very juicy, so this is going to take a second to dry. And now I'm trying to make it as straight as possible for you guys here, since I'll be having my head in the way. I can't really see because I'm also covering the light. So the idea really just is to stamp your image and create your own tiled background. Oh, it almost looks like wallpaper. So I just love how elegant this looks. So, whoop, one more time. Did I just say boop? Can you tell I have a toddler at home? So, and then one more time. So we're not going to touch that, but now we're going to leave that open and clean that up. I'm not going to need that for right now. So let's see if I can pick this up without making a big mess. So you see how gorgeous that looks? So you can actually just line it up perfectly with your, and it also works. You can combine it with this stamp with the frame. Let me bring that back to focus. You can combine these two. They match perfectly. So you can create really cool layering effects. But let me put this aside for a second so that can dry. And then we're going to bring in our Lemon Lime Twist label. So that is the one that is a little bit smaller than this one. And we're still going to be using our shaded spruce here. And then I have this stamp. So again, this coordinates with the punch. And so you can stamp it just on two sides, or you can actually stamp it twice, like once, and then rotate 90 degrees, stamp again, and then you also have a really nice border. Now, what I wanted to show you is we're just going to ink up one side. So I was really playing around with the stamp set. Okay, gotta make sure I don't have... So you'll be seeing lots of my hair today, I guess. All right, so again, just inking up one side. And we're going to stamp all around, all four corners here of our label. And I just love stamping shaded spruce on Lemon Lime Twist. I think it's a really nice contrast, but it works together. So I'm sorry if my head's all in the way. I'll show you in a second. Okay. And the last corner. Oh gosh. I got too much on there. So you want to make sure you're inking up just that one part that you need, or use scrap paper down here. So, and then last one. There you go. So just a really cool, you know, other version how you can use this stamp set. All right, let me clean that off. And then we have one more to stamp. So again, we'll put that aside. Let my shaded spruce dry up there. So we're bringing in our frame stamp. And still only using shaded spruce on this card. No other ink pad that you need. So you can also, you know, use whatever color you have that would go with it. I think stamping Lemon Lime Twist on Lemon Lime Twist would be a little bit pale. Okay, so I'm gonna need that for the next card. And then I bring in our stamp here. Today we celebrate you. So this could be a fun birthday card. And let's see. Sorry, I was thinking for a second. And put that right there. And this is also beginner friendly because it's a photopolymer stamp set. So, oh yeah, my shaded spruce ink pad is really, really dark there. All right, so let me get that out of the way. Clean up my stamp. And that's for the last two. And now we're going to need our punch again. So you can stamp the sentiments in like this, or you can turn it around and stamp it like that. So either way. Okay, let's see if that works out with my corner there. Again, take a second to line up your stamped image. And that's that. All right, so now let's assemble. Okay, just want to make sure my video is still running. Okay, so let's bring this in. Let's see here. think if I flip that over, sometimes what I like to do if my ink pads are really juicy and I have like, you know, pretty much like a lot of ink, it's just I put it on some scrap paper and run that over. Sometimes it's going to pick up just, you may not see it, but it picks up just a little bit of that. Okay, so let's put some glue on this panel. I'm not going to touch the other side, or I'll try and avoid that. So we'll just use some liquid glue. As I like to say, we're gluing paper to paper, so it doesn't need a whole lot. Less is more. Make sure you don't have shaded spruce all over your fingers. Okay, and then we're going to put that on there. And I'm really scared to touch it, so I'm going to do it like this. I know it was in the right spot, so it should be fine. All right, perfect. So you see, like, just lots of fun with patterns in designer series paper or creating your own. So I hope this is still in focus. Okay, so now then we have our lemon lime twist label. Just gonna do the same thing here real quick in case there's any dots of ink. And so we're going to line that up with our label here on the inside. So about, okay, there. Not a whole lot. Again, less is more. We can do a little bit more. We still want to make sure that it sticks, right? Okay, so line that up here. Let's see if that's straight. Looks good. So you want to make sure that you don't get too much adhesive over here, otherwise you're kind of gluing your layers together there. So I love this. I think this is really my favorite. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Of course, we have one more card to go, and now we have our label. And again, this could be birthday, new job, any kind of celebration. So this really is an all occasion class. So let's do 5. That should be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. And then you see how nicely that just sits in the middle of it. When I was designing this card, I was like, oh, this is so awesome. I got to do this as a class. So it's just, it really is super fun to play around and see how all, you know, you can use whatever label dies you have, play around with that. You can color these images. So lots and lots of possibilities for a very affordable stamp set. I want to say, let me check. It's $19 since it's a photopolymer. So, although that doesn't always, you know, make a difference. But anyways, just really love this card. Now, my trusted friend here, my Shimmery Crystal Effects, to put my, oh, that works out perfect. I'm just going to put my bow where I have a little bit of shaded spruce there in the way. And I'm using the Lemon Lime Twist ribbon from, I think this is the Zany Zoo suite, where there's this combo pack of Lemon Lime Twist ribbon and then a thicker petal pink. And we'll be using that on our next card. So, and again, don't touch. So there's our bow, and then of course we'll be using, these are Old Olive, but if you actually use the lighter ones, then it works out too for Lemon Lime Twist. But of course, if you prefer rhinestones or whatever, then you can put those on. These are just a bonus gift, like I said, if your order is $50 or more. So let's put one down here, and then a small one over here, and another small one over here. So just a little bit to tie the background even more together with the card front. So yeah, so here is card number 2. Let me bring that up. So like I said, just really a super fun way to use this label stamp, you know, just by stamping half of it and creating your own designer series paper, your own, you know, patterned background there with the large background stamp. So just really cool. I mean, we use like 1, 2, 3 plus the sentiment, 4 different versions of that stamp set in just one. And it's a really cute, fun fold. So let's get to card number 3. Okay, letting that dry. Now card number 3 is super quick and another fun way to actually use up any designer series paper that you might have. So this is our card, sending hugs and stuff. So like I said, you can, you know, this could be for anybody, any occasion, just a good friend or family member who needs a hug, a paper hug in the mail. So let's go ahead and make this one here. So this is all Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. So like I said, we'll be using the other part of that ribbon pack. Now we have our Calypso Coral card base. Again, 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then we have 2 pieces of basic white, one for the front, one for the inside, and we're going to do the same here. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm using my Calypso Coral Ink Pad, of course. And then what do we have left from that stamp set are these cute little flowers. Those are the only elements we haven't used yet. So we'll be using them now. And again, you can stamp them with your labels and your sentiments. I will be putting them here in the corner. So I will do the same thing on both cards. Not both cards, outside and inside layer. So let's see here. Let's not make too much of a signs there. Oops. So that one goes on the inside. Gotta make sure. So, and now I'll be switching to the other flower because I want both of my flowers to actually face upward. I don't want them to be upside down. So there's 2 flowers that you can use in this stamp set. And one down here. And one on here. And you can also stamp these on your envelopes. If you place an order to get this card kit for free, again, so you make a total of 6, or you get supplies to make a total of 6 cards. So I'm going to need that. Including the envelopes. So 3 different designs, 2 of each. And you'll have to provide your own stamp set and the punch. But of course, as you see, you get the pieces. So if you have a different label punch, you can of course use that and just, you know, put the cards together with whatever stamp set you have. Let's see here. Okay, so this goes on the inside. That's where the handwritten message is going to distract a little bit there from my not so perfectly stamped image. I think that's fine. So goes right there in the middle. All right, there we go. And then we put this on the outside. I like to use a little bit more adhesive on the outside than on the inside basic white, simply because we're adding more stuff to this. So this needs to stay on our card base. So, oops. Come on, are you gonna move? Are you gonna move? There we go. That looks straight. Now we're still in focus. Oops, sorry. I bumped into the camera. All right, so that's done. And then we have a few more pieces here. I don't have to close that. I'm going to use that. So 2 more pieces from the designer series paper. This is just cut. These are actually the same size. 2 inch by 4 inch. 2 inch by 4 inch. So this is the designer series paper, and then I just cut 2 pieces, 1 inch by 4. So you can really use, with this card design, you can really use up some scraps that you have. So we're going to be gluing that on there. And then this one I embossed, I don't know if you can see, with our, it's a duo for our small Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's the Elegant Eucalyptus 3D embossing folders. So one is this really fun bouquet, and then the other one is kind of, I don't know if you can see, hanging vines of eucalyptus, I guess. So really cool. They've been around for a while, so if you want them, I would recommend getting them now. I don't know if they're gonna hang around much longer after, you know, next year's annual catalog comes out. So, but that's just me guessing. It always depends on how popular things are. So let's put some adhesive on here. And let's see if I can, nope, this way. Don't want to do it this way. No, okay, so. You're probably wondering, what is she doing? Well, I'm somewhat trying to have the lines line up. So, you see this way, even though we're putting this one higher and this one lower, technically your eye is still going to connect these two lines. So that's why I was trying to see which way I want them to go. Okay, so like I said, this is a super quick card, great for using up some of your scraps. Yeah, well, that was a little bit too high, but that's okay. So try and have somewhat of the, I don't want to pull that designer series paper off. Cardstock might forgive you, even with the Stampin' Seal, but Stampin' Seal also is a permanent adhesive. So anyways, then we have our embossed piece here. Oop. Going to glue that down right in the middle. And funny enough, they actually line up with the Calypso Coral lines there. So let's see. I have a tendency to put mine too far left. My layers. Do you have the same, like, do you have a tendency to, if your layers are somewhat shifted to one side of your cardstock, do you have a particular one that you usually tend to? So for me, it's definitely, usually I have my stuff way too far to the left. Okay, so now we have two pieces left. I have a little label here, and it might look just like a square, but let me bring it up. Let's see here. Oh, it's white on white. But can you see like a slight embossed border here, like a frame? Hold on, let me show you on my actual card sample here. Oops. Can you see that it has a slightly embossed edge there? And you might be wondering, oh, where's that from? Well, we do have a few dies. Let me grab that real quick. The mini pocket envelope die set. I've used this before, like for my crafting with you videos. I can link them up here, where I made the mini pocket envelope as a gift card holder. And it has these really cool labels, and one of them is this rectangle. It's not square, but it has a really nice slightly embossed, let's see if I can pull that out. You see it has an embossed edge. So really cool, and it was just a good match. And so for this card, you wouldn't need the punch. I wanted to give you an option, since it's not a bundle with the stamp set and the punch. I wanted to give you at least one card where you can, you know, stamp without the punch. All right, so then we have our sentiment. Let me get that on there. Sending hugs and stuff. Link that up. And let's see if I can get that. If you need a stamping challenge, get a ring light and put it over your stamping surface. Even if you don't do YouTube videos or anything like that. So sending hugs and stuff. All right, we're done with the ink pads. So we can put that away. And now let's just assemble the rest of it. So I'll just put some adhesive on here. and just a small piece of that petal pink and white stripes. That's why I thought it was a cool fit for this card as well. Let's see if I can get that on there. Which way? This way? Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Okay, and then some dimensionals. Did I just stop in the middle of the sentence? I might have. Okay, some more dimensions. Oh, I had a third one here. So that's not gonna move. Okay, let's see here. Really close to the ribbon. Okay, so that's enough. 1, 2. If you're wondering why I'm kind of moving this around, it's just so I can see if the backing's off, because the adhesive is creating more of a reflection than the backing. And then we'll just put that on here. Let's see, like that. All right, there we go. That might be a little bit long, so if you want it shorter, then just whoop. I hope I don't ruin it now. And I want that one a little bit shorter. Yeah. It was a teeny tiny bit, but I like it better now. So just so we have a little bit more, again, more interest on that card, more texture. And of course, we'll be using our dots here. So let's put a dark, big one down here and a small one up here. And then I put a very pale one, let's see, up here, right in the middle. Oops. Sometimes they turn a little bit, and now it's on my finger. So let's see if I can get it on there. There we go. All right, so that was card number 3. Like I said, not too complicated, but a sweet, pretty card for, you know, just sending a nice card to somebody. All right, let's get these back in here if they want to. All right, cleaning up here a little bit. This goes into my sleeve so I don't mess it up. All right, so let me bring in all the cards that we made today. So, okay, let me get this one out. So, card number 2, number 3, and card number 1. Wow, okay, so it's not even 45 minutes, so let's try and keep it down to 45 minutes. I would love that. So yeah, so this is my Handmade Hugs class in August 2023. Like I said, if you would love to get the card kit to make all of these, like 6 cards, then just check out the description below the video. I have a link there, a host code link, and you can qualify to get this kit for free with your $35 minimum Stampin' Up! Order in my store using the host code by midnight, Sunday, September 27th. And yeah, if your order is $50 or more, you get these ombre dots for free as well in your package. Packages ship next week. And yeah, you also get everybody on my email list, annafonlucy.com/newsletter. just make sure you sign up, and then you get the PDF tutorial this Saturday. And if you get the kit by placing an order in time, then you also get a bonus tutorial for for another card that I made. Actually, I think it's 2 different cards. So yeah, you get that as well. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me and hear more of me, then leave me a subscription. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye bye.